Hey there, Alex Kidman here. Today taking a look at this, and you might think, oh, it's a lightsaber or something the Ghostbusters might use. But no, this is the Acepure Clean V1 Lite, a very light, compact vacuum cleaner designed for cleaning up small spills, small amounts of debris in your home. It's a neat little gadget that really focuses in on being extremely lightweight and portable. Now that's good in one sense and bad in another. Let's get into the review. So the big hook for the Acepure V1 Lite is indeed that it is light. 550 grams, which is only marginally more than an iPad. This is a really, really light vacuum cleaner. And that means it's really, really easy to handle. In the kit, you get the vacuum cleaner itself, a 2-in-1 crevice and carpet cleaning tool, and then this interesting arrowhead tool along with an extension tube. So you can actually use this standing up unless you're massively, massively tall, I suppose. I'm kind of moderately sized. I've certainly not had too many issues with it in terms of height. Everything tool-wise just clicks in via friction. There's no little locking mechanisms or anything like that. Now, swings and roundabouts there, I guess. The friction thing means that it is pretty easy to swap out tools when you need to, but the issue there that I think this might have in the future is how durable that is when you've removed the tool, hundreds of times and maybe it doesn't grip so well. I guess we'll have to wait and see. I won't have it for that long to actually find out. You also get a very simple stand in the box and a USB-A to USB-C charging cable. There's no actual charger in the box. I'll get into the battery life in a minute. The Acepure V1 Lite itself is a very, very simple vacuum cleaner. There is literally one button. One button switches it on, switches it off. So there's no power settings. You don't have variable suction or anything like that. But what's it like to use? Well, it very much depends. And when I say depends, it depends on what it is that you are vacuuming. So, for example, on hardwood floors or carpet tiles or very low-level carpet, it's okay. The suction is not huge. And look, that is a function of its very small size and it's very lightweight without a shadow of a doubt. You've only got 150 mils of capacity for its dustbin, although it does compact it up pretty well. You can get a surprising quantity in here in one sense, I suppose. And where that is good is for those small spills. So you spill a bit of flour in the kitchen, easy done. You have a little bit of debris in a corner, not too bad. One thing I found it's really good for actually is clearing spiderwebs, especially spiderwebs up high. I'm an arachnophobe, I hate them, but they do live in and around our houses. That's just a matter of living on planet Earth, and I suppose they're eating other things, they're part of the ecosystem, all that good stuff. But I don't like the webs that they leave around. This makes it really easy to clean them up because it's so light. There's very little fatigue in my hand from holding up a heavy vacuum cleaner or a broom or whatever. This works really well for that. Where it doesn't work quite so well is any other kind of heavier carpet, because there, the difference that its suction makes is almost imperceptible. You'd certainly be better off with something heavier duty. Now, it's not built, to be fair, to be a whole-of-house vacuum, unless you live in a tiny little cell. And my place is much too big for it in that sense. This is almost your classic kind of Dustbuster X model, although that's a trademark. But it's that little compact vacuum market that this is going after. In terms of the vacuum heads, the 2-in-1 tool is really quite neat, works quite well. And I thought that I would love the arrowhead, which is designed basically for going into corners, a bit more than I actually do. There's kind of two issues here. One is that heavier carpet issue. If you have heavier carpet into your corners, it's not going to be so effective, especially if you're using the extension tube. That's just physics, of course, because if you've got a long tube that your suction has to go down, then it's going to lose pressure as it does that. If you can use the corner tube just with the basic head, you'll get better suction that way. The other issue, though, is it's on these tiny little wheels, and if you're going back and forth in and out of a corner, which most of us will do, you'll go over a vacuum area a couple of times, right? Well, if you do that, it tends to bounce around and stick itself up in the air for a second at a time. And of course, when it's doing that, it's not vacuuming anything. It's nowhere near as effective as I really wanted it to be. It's a really clever idea. It's a nice inclusion, but I just found it didn't work as well as I wanted it to. Its other bigger limitation is in keeping it light, Ace has had to keep the quantity of batteries in this very light. 2000 milliamp hours, which basically means your smartphone has more battery capacity than this vacuum cleaner. And that has an effect on battery life, with a stated battery life of no more than about 15 minutes. Now, you're probably not going to be using it for 15 minutes in one go. It's all about let's vacuum for 15 seconds to catch that spill, or, oh, there's some dirt there, I'll just pick that up. Yeah, okay. But once those 15 minutes are out, you've got a 4-hour wait until you can recharge. Now, I do like the fact that this recharges via USB-C. That's super handy. Most of us will have a USB-C phone charger, but the charging speed is slow, 4 hours, and I did experimentally see if it would take a higher degree charge from like a higher rate USB PD charger, but no dice. It just did not want to charge that way. As soon as I went back to your standard kind of 5-volt USB charger, yeah, happy as a clam to start charging that way. So you are stuck with those slower charging speeds. Should you buy the AcePure V1 Lite? Well, look, at $199, it's not super expensive for this category of device. It's a reasonable buy, but it does have its limitations. I could wish for a little bit more vacuuming power. As long as you know those limitations going in, and if you need this kind of smaller portable device for small spills, or simply because your own physical condition means that lifting a heavier vacuum, even a heavier stick vacuum, is beyond your means, then it's a reasonable buy for the money. Anyway, that's my take on the AcePure V1 Lite. What do you think? Anything you'd like to know? Let me know in the comments below, and as always, thanks for watching, and don't forget to hit like and subscribe.